This is today. You'll see this in this video.
What would you do if I told you that right there, you're going to see so much of it, is a very special place where I've even filmed where they come out of the ground and how it's all protected and how you wouldn't be able to see it. And it's a constant in and out from underground with giant beings guarding it. What would you do if I told you that? One of the, I'll probably put this in a video where I've been taking just random clips. But today, like, you know, it's one of the reasons up here, this is a full-time job, you know, there's just no just going somewhere. Like, you gotta check on your places and see what's going on and wait for the snow, and it's like, so I'm going back to a spot you can see here down in the valley, it's pretty melted. As soon as I get right to there, it's gonna be all snow. So we're getting there. I'm planning out, I have a trip with Callie planned, hopefully that's gonna go off without a hitch, and that makes sense, and it doesn't make sense actually. But I'm checking on a spot of mine. This is a great place. A lot of times I come up here in the deep snow, and I don't think I did this year. I think it's the first year I didn't. So let's go up and check out some of the structures, see if we got anything new. It's an amazing place up here. It's all private property. That's one of the neat things about here, is that they seem to do. I mean, you can tell that these are all 70 or, you know, people in their 70s and 80s up here, mostly, that are wealthy and retired. And the last thing they're doing is walking through those blinds and those sticks in the forest, I promise you. They all think there's mountain lions, and they're ready to eat them. Remember, try to think like I do. Try to think outside of your brain. Like, try to put yourself in regular. I don't really consider most of you regular, to be honest with you. Like, there's some intuitivity there. I don't know if that's a word either. You know, with you guys, and these people just, you know, they believe everything they're told, every sign, all the news. Careful of mountain lions. Oh my God, don't go in that. Lady told me, don't be careful. And she saw me, well, this is like years ago, going into, she's like, oh my God, there's so many mountain lions in there. And I said, ma'am, what makes you think that? She's like, it's always, I've lived here for 30 years, they've always talked about it. And I'm like, yeah, but have you ever seen one? She's like, no, I've never seen one. I said, exactly. I had to say in the last clip was that, you know, like, even just this check alone is taking me 2 hours. Even if I don't get out of the car, I probably won't today. I can already see down here, there's still 2 feet of snow in the forest. We need some nicer days. Like right now it's 40, but the sun is really strong. I do this every year somewhere. I'm always just following the snow. I cannot wait to get in there. You know, I'll say it again. You know, it's one of the reasons that even to myself, like, hey, should I be doing this? Is this what, you know, or should I be at a job? Should I, you know, one of the reasons I believe that I was meant to do this is the lack of losing interest. It's you know, most of we adjust to mostly everything as people. I don't care if you have a Lamborghini. Well, maybe if you had that. You know, whatever. You know, you get used to it after a while. After 2 years in your Lambo, not such a big deal. You still think it's badass. You still know people think it's cool, but you're used to it. It's no big deal. With this, a bad analogy, but with this, I don't get that, and I have this excitement and thrill, and I'll never. I think that's the upside of being supported instead of like doing this the wrong way and just having people parade out here for, you know, I could make $5,000-$10,000 a week that way. Instead, I choose to be broke because I think it's the right thing to do. As far not be broke, but to handle this situation the way I do. We're coming up to some structures here. Bear with me. So that, I think, in a sense, is my driving force. Besides, you know, the fascination of it all is you guys supporting me, and I need more of it, you guys. I mean, I really need some of the people that have been watching me for years that have never helped. I really need some of that help. Give some of these guys a break that have always been the reason I've been here. There's no other way to do this out here. I don't want help, but at the same time, if you're a guy like me, it drives you because you don't want to let those people down. You know, they've put faith in you. I don't care if it's $20 worth of faith. That's a lot of faith, and I'll always do the best I can to not let you down on that, I promise. Oh yeah, it's melting quick here. Watch this, you guys. Oh my God, I missed this. They'll be right there. They should be. Look at the X's up in the sky. I mean, it's simply amazing. You can't see, but you see that one right there going up, and then you see the other one up there, over there going up? It's a perfect X. Triangle X, you name it, it's right there. Behind there in that forest, it's amazing. I'm thinking about just sneaking in there one day. It's private property, but I'm very respectful. Like, oh my God, look at the new one, you guys. That is a new structure. Right there. See the bend that's never been there before. It's bent and incorporated in there. Wow. Sorry, one hand. Wow. Right there they did that. And there's no snow in there. It's unbelievable. Look out here. You didn't tell me it's the sun? There's 2 feet of snow there. Inside on that structure, there's no snow. Oh man, I'll tell you, there's something to that. I can tell you that for sure. That their system will. I don't know if it's the energy that travels through it or not, or it's just the way the sun, you know, picks up the sun, one or the other. But man, is that believable? Let's see here. Hold on, give me a second. I just want to say, it's been such a pleasure to meet all of you. It's been one of the coolest things about this is meeting everybody and new friends, and you know, connecting with people that are, you know, special in what they do. And I just wanted to tell you that I really appreciate you guys. Look at that structure. It's hard to film. There's barely any snow underneath that structure. No trespassing, it says. They stopped. They were cutting all that, and they just stopped in the middle of it, and they abandoned it. So I think the builder or the homeowner realized something special was happening. I really do. I'd love to ask him. If I ever saw him there, I would have to say something. I would just go introduce myself. It's a hard thing, you know. I don't have an easy job where, hey, I'm a Bigfoot guy. Can I talk to you? They'd be like, what? You know, unless he did know, you know. They just stopped it. It was abandoned. I did talk. That's how I found out. I talked to a neighbor. I never said anything because you could tell she had no idea. She was walking her dog, and I was filming that. And I said hi. And I was like, "How come they stopped cutting the tree?" She's like, "I don't know. It's an unknown thing that the owner decided not to. Just suddenly decided to stop doing it. So, and they've never developed or done anything on the outside where they cut. So I have this feeling. I mean, it could be a million reasons, but there's a chance there that this guy is aware. I mean, if you look in that forest, I don't know how anybody could not know something was not happening in there. Now, do I expect you to believe that just from that one clip? No, but you got to believe me, it's that good in there. It's so undeniable. They're so crazy blatant here. up in this hidden forest. It's the only forest around. You can see there's, even at this high, there's like nothing else. It's all just regular, just brush and stuff, like land. And here, it's incredible. You can tell by the arches. Look at the X, you guys. Okay, just look at the X. It's not possible. I miss you guys. All right, let's go up top. Is there more on that now? Every year I zoom on that, at least twice a year. I come up here more than that, but for you guys I usually give you once or twice. I don't see any activity in there at all yet. Coming up to where it's cold, you know, these guys must move down lower. See, if you can just come out in some way in those spots, they can probably just go to different spots. Maybe it could be one of the reasons why, I don't think so, but it could be one of the reasons why it seems like there's so many different places. Because there is a lot of them regardless, but maybe even with a lot of them, they have multiple places. That $87 million house, it's right out there. It's right out there. And if you guys saw anyone on Energy Overload, somebody posted it. It's an incredible place. It's ridiculous, but just take away the money, and it's one of the best locations ever in the history of the world to put a house in this subject. It's near one of my worlds. I would give anything to spend a week at that house. Even if someone, like I said, if someone gave it to me, I couldn't afford the taxes. But I also would just be, I don't know, I don't deserve that. I wouldn't want that. Like, I feel like it'd be wrong. Even if I won the lottery, even if I won $1 billion lottery, I wouldn't buy that because there's too many other people in this world that are suffering. And I'm telling you, the guilt would rid me. I could not live. I'd buy it don't get me wrong, I'll buy like a pimp $1 or $2 million house, but I would never spend $80 million on myself. I'm not gonna do it. I would never feel happy that way. I was brought up a different way. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just like that, or those were the values. If those were the values that were instilled in me, I'm not sure. Private access. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so there's still a lot of snow. There's a lot of snow. When you get way up here, this is why I haven't been doing anything yet. This is a place that just gives me an indication of what it's like where other places I go, and this is lower than that. So you know, deep in the forest, there's still 2 or 3, 4 feet of snow, easily. Oh, that's new. Look at that, you guys. I'm here all the time, and they do it knowing I'm going to see it. It's why you know we're supposed to do this. They don't hide it from me. Right there is brand new. I promise you, on my word of honor, right there. Believe me, it's a little one, but it's an X. See it? It's an X and it's a trident. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now. I don't know why. I think that looks like a giant bunny that came out of there. No, it's like this. I don't know if they're in there, I don't know. This is a part where I might as well be on my first day. Not really, actually, because I have done it so many times, but I can't get any further with them in the snow. I mean, we get them in the snow. I mean, I have filmed full-size beings in the snow. But it's not like people where, if we were living here, it would be, there'd be footprints and trails all over the place. They don't do it like that. It's an evidence thing or something, or that's just the way they are. And it might not be an evidence thing, hiding it from people. It could be them hiding it from others. One's out to get them, things like that. Oh, look at that blind. They might come up because they know I'm not going in there. I can't go in there. It's just no way. What do you want to bet there's melted spots in there? What do you want to bet? That's just an expression, by the way. I don't think you have to call something to bet. I go in right here a lot, right here. These guys don't normally whistle. Give me another Trident X. See right here? Look at that. Look at that. Watch.
Pretty sure this is them. Look at the next X, okay, and then you can see them in there. This is how we have been fooled since the beginning of time.
There's a really crazy structure behind that X I just showed you, like back in there. It's unbelievable in there. Are these guys mostly down low? Or are they just up in the trees? Because a lot of times, even in the middle of summer, especially here, I film them up in the trees. Not in a way you would think either. It's some kind of technology up in the trees. They didn't climb up there like a monkey. Not in most cases. Like in here, remember Michael got it? Remember that it was like they were like in this window up in the trees. There was no mistaking the picture. They're literally like in a window. All right, so definitely going down below next week. I think it's the 7th or something like that. Yeah, it's next week. More 2 tridents right there. There's a bunch of stuff coming out right there. Deer. I've gotten a bunch of really good footprints here, but none recently. Usually the footprints I get here are at the first snows. Not now. Stereo. I filmed a little one right down in their window. That's a great spot right back in there. It's another thing I can't figure out, like what are the spots, you know, like there's no question there's these designated areas and, you know, that's theirs, like that's his spot, you know, not for others to be there. That's half of the decorations and stuff, but they never defer from that actual system, which is kind of strange as well. So if they're identifying themselves, it's not among the system that I can tell. It's they usually do it with a writing or a picture of their face, something like that. Like the way the boulder looks will tell another being who lives there. That's my opinion. I'm almost sure that that's true. That's right. Wow, there's a lot of snow there. It's literally up to my door, just about. It's right there. It's from plows, but. So the only thing I'm seeing is deer. These guys you can just float across the road from what I've seen. Deer and bunnies, it looks like. Because it's 42 here right now. Which is not going to melt things too quickly. Because first of all, especially in the forest, it insulates. We need like 60, 70 degree days. Which I think we have coming this week. And that'll really help things. Look, another X right there. Oh my God, they did that. Okay, so the new Trident X is right here somewhere. The little one, and then they did that right there. I know they did that. Is it exciting? No, it is because they did it. They touched it. Put yourself at that moment when they made that. It's amazing to me. Right in there is incredible. It's incredible. I don't know if you can see back in. It's it's a very complex structure in there. Let's see if we can get a noise. Let me see. Hopefully it's a check. Now, sorry, no, this video is not that good, I get it, but enough people over the years have asked me, tried it. I've said this before, where, I would do a lot of little investigations and not film anything, or I'm not going to put it up. And people are like, no, we want to see that. So, it's up to you. I'm so apologize if it's not that exciting when I do the little clips. X. That X crosses down below. You can't see it until the snow's gone. Another teepee. It's a whole teepee right there. It's not an accident. It's got an inside and everything. And they have these divisions that go down and then square off these different forests. And there's the crazy part about up here is there's teepees in the middle of nowhere, like way down in. I'll see if I can find one on the way down. If I didn't show it to you, see they did that. That's new too. Brand new. Wow, when did you guys do this? Like, how do you do it in the snow? Or did you do it before it snowed? I don't know. Right there. They've done it since the last time I was here, I think. I'm almost positive on that one. See the triangle? Never will it change. And then the other one's not on the ground. Okay? Oh my goodness. This video worthwhile, at least with the view. You can see where I am. You want to live up here? Like up, I mean, not up here, but like up where I am, literally like on this dirt road. You gotta pay. Here's one of the smallest houses up here. Is it still for sale? They sell it. I think it looks like it was finally sold. It's right next to the sewer of the whole place, though. Which is like, if you're a multi-millionaire, why would you want to be next to a sewer plant? Except for the view. It's just incredible. I guess you could plant some trees. That house is 2-point-something million. And in Florida, that thing would probably cost about $550. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This one was 3-point-something for sale. I forget what that one was. Well, I remember that one was so big. I was with, that was for sale. We got, it was me and Randy. We took a brochure out of the mailbox. It was 2-point-something. Too much. You know, just too much. Basically, like, in other words, if you can afford that and you're going to buy a second or third or fourth, fifth house, I don't know. I mean, if you just have money to burn, it's one thing. But if it was like a real decision to make, I don't know if I would do it here. I don't know. Because that's a lot of money. Like I said, I think I would just give it to someone that needed it. Like, you know, to feed, like I'd feed the hungry, I don't know, you know, the homeless I think has to be hand chosen. You can't just feed all the homeless because they're just going to go right back to what they're doing. But there's definitely a percentage of homeless people that should be cut a break and need help and deserve help. I've watched a lot of those videos. They waved at me, which is good. She's her brand new Porsche Cayenne, which means she thinks I live up here. Yeah, so they decorate this whole forest. Let's see if we can see that teepee. You can see it in the it's a teepee structure. There it is. All right, so it's hard to see. Okay, so look for the leaner. See that black leaner? And then look next to it, right? So there's one part of the teepee right there. Okay, watch. Teepee structure. It's incredible. No one in the whole world would ever notice it but me. What do you think about that? It's repetition. I've been here 100 times. You know what I mean? And there's 100 more things I haven't seen that would take me 300 times. You know, and I'm really good at it, guys. I don't even look at the road. I'm looking at the yellow line on my peripherals. So sooner or later, someone on a bicycle or me is going off a cliff. No, I'm pretty careful. But I'm just good. I multitask well. You know, I'm driving with my knee. There's no reason to look at the road. I don't know who needs to see the road. You only live once. I don't care about me, but I'm very cautious of hurting someone else with my negligence. I won't let that up. Same structure. How much snow is out in front in the open, and how little is underneath that? Remember, they can be up too. It's not always down. I got to do this more. It could be anything. See, the ones that are off the ground, they don't even touch the ground. I think they just stay on the freaking trees. This is completely melted here on the ground, just about. See the fork? It's so blatant. Remember, it never changes. Guys, it's private property. Give me a whistle. Look, see the ground? Look how nothing's on the ground. Look at the ground structures. Oops. Oh, sorry. Look at the ground structure. I don't know if I'm zooming on it or not, I can't tell. But everything on the ground is off of the ground and squared off like boxes underneath
this
that
next structure. If you look to the back right, I think they're in there.
Sorry, that is really annoying. But it's in my head. I was in the deli getting a bagel, cream cheese and everything with cream cheese, and Bob Marley came on. That's pretty, if nothing else. hope you guys are doing okay. I am so ready to come out of this winter. I get into the winter blues. I think it happens to me every year. I think it happened to me way before this even. Like, I think here it's extreme because of my situation, but I remember the same thing in Jersey when I owned my business. I get the winter blues after a while. You guys, are you kidding me? They do it right here. Because remember, none of that was visible. And then recently they've paved this road and built all these houses. When I say recently, I mean recent for, the earth, like 20 years ago, maybe something like that. And this has all been, this was incredible. And what they've had to do to adjust to these people must have been amazing. How we can do it, it's humans. That's why humans have some kind of specialness to them, because we're the ones allowed to do whatever we want. Like it seems like we're one of the only beings that I have noticed on this earth that have free will, or we're at least given the impression that we do. And I'm fine with that. If you want to make me, so even if every decision is made for us and we really don't have any, at least we think we do. And I think that's a huge step, is ahead of most, is that we think we're free, and we're really not too free. But I believe no man or woman is ever truly, completely free. But it's a start, and we have a pretty good country. We still have enough, we do focus on, all these terrible people in this world right now, but there's also a lot of really good people, and I don't think that, you don't hear people really saying that. It's there's still some good people left. I consider myself one of those people. I really do. I don't know if I'm self-justifying or not. Maybe I am. I don't know. I think I'm one of those good people. So I don't know, but I just try to do my thing. I think about the day I die always. I don't want to be a failure, in case all that's real. If you, like some of you believe, you just go black and that's it, then you got nothing to worry about. If everyone else is right, you're in trouble. So why not? In other words, like I've said this before, what do you have to lose in believing in God? You have nothing to lose. No one's fooling you. Most people don't, because they think they're being tricked. Well, you're only being tricked in everything else. Those tricks is what's keeping you from God. You're being tested. So what do you have to lose, is what I'm asking. Our last little snow. I wouldn't be shocked if something happened, but the weather's looking really good, especially down below. My teepee's still there, they made for me. It really looked good when they first did it. And look across. You can just tell every year it's like a little bit more blatant with like the structures and stuff. Look, now they got the white ones in there. I mean, it is so unbelievable. I definitely have, people always say, Mark, go across the street. Like, if there are days where I'm like, nah, because I've already, I think we've come to common ground in a sense over there. There's no way I'm going to be able to see them physically. I think one time I did. One time he let me, and I think that was my one opportunity. He was, just because I got to the point of frustration with them, and I think he just let me. And he basically at the same time was saying, look, here I am, just so you don't give up on this, but we can't do it here. That's what I think. I don't know this for sure. But after 3 years, I'm almost sure of that. Across the street, it's just they just operate under a set of incredible rules or laws, or I don't know, whatever they call them. And just like us, I mean, we don't realize it because we're so conditioned to them, but we live under an incredible set of rules, like, thankfully, I guess, and laws, right? Like, an incredible amount. In fact, most of us don't even know more than 2% of them. I mean, there's like thousands and tens of thousands of laws, or whatever the numbers are. And basically, none of us know really any of it. Like, we do a little bit, but so there's an incredible, I think, similar type of situation put in place for them. Let me here. Give me a sec. I'm gonna just film my spot. I've been filming them a lot. I just haven't been putting it up for you. They did all the new structures on the side. I can't help it. I'm starting to see places that I've been watching for years where they just put it there, and I really don't have an ego like that where, oh, they did it for me. Like, I don't know, you know? I don't want to be wrong on that. Because I think we'll know all those answers one day. That's why I don't say stupid things now. Like, oh, they did it for me. And then in 10 years we find out, like, oh my God, this is why they did it. It wasn't for, you know, so but I'm starting to get to the point where it's happening, it's too many coincidences, basically. Where I do think they mark, it's just, sometimes I believe it's as simple as just confirming with me, like, Mark, yes, you're not crazy. Look, we just did this for you. You know, there's so much of this we don't understand. You're the pretty elk. They love this field. They're always here this time of year. I know you can't see them well because they're so far away. They're all sitting down, all of them. There's one standing up back there. Kind of weird. He's like, it looks like he's like talking to everybody. Look, oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you this. Look, it looks like he's like there's a class going on. Look at that. Wonder if, you know, you ever wonder if things are like that? Look at him looking at every one of them. She is the only one standing up. She's like, all right, we're gonna be going here, and then there's another small group over here, which is strange. Like, I wonder if they're separate. Do they separate, or? I don't think so. Seeing all females there. Cool. It's kind of cool, you know, that's the one advantage of being here, you know. People are like, I heard you're moving to New Jersey. I was like, no, I just was saying, like, I got another job offer, you know, from there. That's all. It's just, you have to process that information. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I can go there. Just not even thinking about myself, just thinking about, like, my grandkids and my kids and, you know, wanting to be able to help them, things like that. You know, I want to do that kind of stuff. I've already missed out, you know. I want to be a good granddad, you know, or grandpa. I'm a grandpa. That's my name, Grandpa Briley. In fact, you know what? I should probably message her today. It's been a while. She begs me. She loves these real dolls, like she's just obsessed. My son's like, don't get it, because that's not good enough. That she wants another one the next day, like. And they're pretty expensive, but these dolls are like really real, which kind of scares me, like, in a sense. Like, I mean, are these pedophiles and stuff buying these dolls? Like, it's crazy, the diseases in some of our human brains. It's just a crazy thing. I barely have a sexual bone in my body. So it seems like these days, I mean, I do, but it's not really, because I've been just so focused on what I'm doing, you know. I can't, that'll just drive me crazy. But so to me, those people seem even crazier, because you know, I don't understand what's wrong with us. You know, all of, like, I just mean all of us. Like, why so many problems? Why so many warped ways of thinking? You know, it's crazy. I really hope and pray for our country, and I worry. At one point, I'm very thankful that I lived when I did, you know, when I have, because it's, you know, it won't be much longer probably. In the vast scheme of things, not much longer. And then, but I worry, I fear for my, you know, all of our kids and the young kids of today, my grandkids. You know, what are they facing? Will it be a normal life, or will it be something crazy? You know, I'm willing to bet it's going to be very difficult to go back to anything like it used to be. I kind of believe that it's technology. I don't think anything is different or changed. I think technology is what is causing the awareness and therefore causing change. Nothing is, it's always been that way. The news has always controlled you and always gave you the information that you needed to hear, and that was it. Always. And we never knew, you know, you never thought it. We just like, oh, like, you know, that's all we ever wanted was just answers. We just want to trust our leaders and our government, and we pay a fortune for that, and we don't have it. Does that make sense? Why are we? I'm not talking about Democrat, Republican. I'm talking about all of us together. We're all people, and all of us are confused. Nobody's exactly right, and that's my opinion. Nobody's really exactly right. You know, completely, and because we all have been deceived, in my opinion. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a know for a fact theorist. And there's amazing things happening, and we'll figure it out. I know things already. I mean, we're going to be. I think it's important to discuss, even if it's in a small group of ours and it never goes any further. I think it's important for us to know, eventually, not just what this subject, but just a little bit of everything. What's real, who's who, and who really decides who's president, who really decides, these things, and is it a lot of fake news? Is it a lot of the fake news not so fake? Let's just figure out some of that stuff. I think it'd be interesting to figure out for sure.